The crown of Queen Victoria. In 1861, following the death of Prince Albert, Queen Victoria retreated from public life, deeply mourning her loss. During the next decade, her public appearances were sparse, and she only personally opened Parliament twice, in 1866 and 1867. On both occasions, the Lord Chancellor read her speech from the steps of the throne. Unlike earlier in her reign, Victoria never wore the Imperial State Crown with her parliamentary robes during these appearances. Instead, she followed a tradition that Elizabeth II would later adopt, wearing the 1820 diamond diadem while having the Imperial State Crown carried before her on a cushion. When Victoria opened Parliament in 1866 and 1867, she wore her parliamentary robe over her widow's attire, a black gown, a widow's cap, and a long white veil. Atop this veil, she placed a small tiara rather than the diamond diadem, which would have been unsuitable with her mourning ensemble. By 1870, after nearly 10 years in seclusion, public opinion pressured Queen Victoria to return to a more visible role. To facilitate this transition, the court jeweller, Garrard, crafted a small diamond crown for her. This new crown made its debut when Victoria opened Parliament on the 9th of February 1871. She would wear this crown for Parliament openings only 4 more times, 1876, 77, 80 and 86. The small diamond crown, designed to complement her widow's veil, is a delicate piece standing 9.9 centimetres tall, with a diameter of approximately 9 centimetres and weighing just 160 grams, a fraction of the Imperial State Crown's weight. It is adorned with 1,187 brilliant and rose-cut diamonds. The design mirrors the traditional style of the Imperial State Crown, complete with a crest of crosses pattee and fleurs-de-lis, arches and a monde topped with a cross. And in the late 19th century, England was overrun with medieval aesthetics, embracing a Gothic revival. The small crown's rounded arches echo the style of late medieval and early Tudor crowns, reminiscent of the Tudor state crown depicted in portraits of Henry VII and Henry VIII. Thus, this small crown not only symbolised Victoria's enduring grief, but also a nod to historical continuity and the stylistic preferences of her era. Throughout the latter part of her reign, Queen Victoria frequently wore a versatile small diamond crown. Its detachable arches allowed it to be worn as a circlet, which she often did during formal drawing rooms at St James's Palace. Notably, she donned this crown publicly during her Golden Jubilee celebrations in 1887. The coinage minted that year, featuring the Jubilee head, depicts the Queen with this crown atop her widow's veil. The inspiration for this diminutive diamond crown traces back to another notable piece in the royal collection, Queen Charlotte's diamond nuptial crown, and this crown, crafted to celebrate the marriage of George III and Queen Charlotte on September 8, 1761, was first worn at their coronation on the 22nd of September 1761. In Allan Ramsay's state portrait of Queen Charlotte, painted between 1761 and 1769, the crown is depicted resting on a cushion beside her. Although Ramsay exaggerated its size, the crown was a small state crown in miniature, complete with a traditional circlet of fleurs-de-lis and crosses pattee, arches and a monde, entirely set with diamonds. Designed as a hair ornament, it was intended to sit atop the Queen's head. This crown, now among the heirlooms of the Royal House of Hanover, left the British royal collection following the end of the personal union between Great Britain and Hanover in 1837, when Queen Victoria ascended the throne. Due to Salic law, which forbid female inheritance, her uncle Ernest Augustus, Duke of Cumberland and fifth son of George III and Queen Charlotte, became King of Hanover. Claiming his right to some of Queen Charlotte's jewels based on her will, Ernest Augustus argued these were his inheritance. Queen Charlotte's will had bequeathed certain items to the House of Hanover, which at the time included ruling House of Great Britain, not anticipating the union's dissolution. This dispute over the jewels was unresolved during Ernest Augustus' lifetime, ending in 1851. However, in 1857, a commissioned rule in favour of his son, King George V of Hanover, and consequently in 1858, Queen Victoria sent Queen Charlotte's nuptial crown and other items to Hanover. The crown continued to play a significant role in the Hanoverian royal family, notably being worn by brides at their weddings. The modest crown undoubtedly inspired Queen Victoria's little diamond crown. Queen Charlotte's nuptial crown was a personal item, replacing a similarly small crown made for Queen Consort Mary of Modena in 1685. The two crowns were crafted for Mary in preparation for the coronation of James II, a coronation crown and a state crown. Mary Modena's state crown, still part of the royal collection, was a gold piece set with £35,000 worth of diamonds for her 1685 coronation. The crown was later reset with diamonds for the coronations of 1689, 1702 and 1727, before eventually being adorned with paste stones. During Queen Victoria's funeral in February 1901, both her small diamond crown and Mary of Modena's crown were prominently displayed. For her 10-day lying in state at Osborne House on the Isle of Wight, Victoria's coffin was draped with her parliamentary robe, topped with a small diamond crown. Upon reaching Windsor, Mary of Modena's crown was placed on the coffin for the lying in state in the Albert Memorial Chapel, before her burial in the Royal Mausoleum at Frogmore. This marked the last time Mary of Modena's crown left the jewel house, and Queen Alexandra occasionally wore Queen Victoria's small diamond crown, but had her own crown made for her coronation in 1902. She preferred the 1820 diamond diadem when appearing in state with Edward VII, and after 1910, changing fashion trends led to the small diamond crown falling out of use, and it was added to the regalia in the Tower of London in the early 1950s.